What's up? What's up? And peeps are in here already. What up? Happy Little Wisdom Wednesday family. Good to see you guys. Ita loves you. I think she was the first one here in. And then our brother Ahitagni's in the house. Claudie Queen, Paramount. How are you, Claudie? Good to see you. The DJ X, good to see you, man. Sandman Sound Factory, brother. Good to see you, bro. Aloha to you. Uh, Michelle, how are you? Happy Aloha Wisdom Wednesday. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of you. Hope you guys are doing well. Um, Super excited about today's show uh, with DJ X and Ahitagni. I think my very first guest um, from out in his region. Super dope. I just learned he's like 15 and a half hours ahead of me. So it is Thursday morning. What time is that? Because I'm not very bright. It's 7:02 a.m. Thursday morning for Ahitagni. Crazy. That's crazy, man. There you go. 7:32, 15 and a half. Yeah, that's right. Nancy is in the house. What's up, Nancy? How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Hope you guys are doing well, Nancy. I know you should be home from work. Nancy, thank you for covering that other night when I popped up super, super late. And I know you were sleeping. Thank you for pulling up. Appreciate you always. Yenta, how are you, Yenta? Good to see you. Thank you, guys. I'm glad you're home. Thank you, Michelle. Claudie Queen, good to see you. Happy Aloha Wisdom Wednesday. Itagni and DJ X. I'm actually going to bring them on both at the same time. Ronnie, what's up, Ronnie? How are you, brother? Shout out to Ron 808. It's my classmate from high school. Good to see you. Hey, Ronnie, this weekend I was over at, you remember Cora? She married Roberto, our high school classmate. Well, their son got married this Sunday, and I was able to be their officiant DJ and MC. So Cora was there, and Lou, Millie, as well as Margie was there. Rose was there. So a whole bunch of our classmates, a lot of Farrington Governor classmates was at this wedding. So super, super cool. Uh, Lurk away, Yenta. What's for dinner? Good to see you. Rick Iwamoto's in the house. What's up, Rick? Good to see you, man. We'll see you guys in a month. So excited. Michelle, we'll see you in a month. Thank you so much. We have again, just in case. Oh, you saw my post. Thanks, Ronnie. Yeah. So a month from now, a little less a month from now, we're having our Hawaii Twitch meetup from July 7th to the 11th. So Liz Ramsamy, good to see you. Aloha to you. Happy Aloha Wisdom Wednesday. Shout out to DJ Smooth G. What's up, DJ Set Rocka? All the way in the house. What up, man? Good to see you. Aloha to you both. Mahalo for being here. Thank you so much, Claudia Queen. I appreciate you. Yeah, Twitch meetup in July. It's gonna happen. Uh, it's technically Friday to Monday, but Thursday, those that get in earlier, will actually do some things Thursday night and then go right into the festivities Friday night, which will actually have the birthday bash. We're celebrating all the birthdays coming up then, which is myself, Princess Leohonu, Michael Motion, Heidi Ice, Gene Hove, and I think I'm missing one more person. I can't remember. Sandman Sound Factory. Good to see you, brother. Wish you would be here. DJ Controversial is in the house. Claudia Queen. Oh my gosh. With the gifted sub to our brother Ahitagni. Thank you so much, Mod Queen. I appreciate you. Mahalo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so I'm not sure, guys, if this happened to you. So I work midnights. I work at night. And so I decided to jump on Monday night to do a pop-up stream a little bit later than I normally do. And I'm like, yeah, I get to do a late night pop-up and just chill and hang. And 2 hours into the stream, I get a call from work and it's like, hey man, you're working tonight. You know that, right? I was like, no, I'm not. I'm off tonight. It's like, yeah, you're working tonight. So like, holy crap, I'll be there in 20 minutes. So I get ready, and I'm so glad that I showed up for work because we actually, uh, my first half of my shift, we actually did some active shooter training at a high school at 11 p.m. at night. So it was really really good. I'm so glad I went to that training because it was something that I needed a refresher course on, and number two, kind of get got me updated on some things that I totally didn't know and and some things I forgot. So it was really really good. But that would have been fun. See some stranger walk coming across, and if they were cut to a high school late at night, they would hear like loud gun noises. They're blanks, obviously, because we're training with blanks in the school, and that would have been a really really funky call. Shots fired at a high school. We're like, yeah, that's the police training. Um, Super dope, super dope. Controversial. Good to see you, brother. Hope all is well, man. Wishing you all the best. Shout out to Mao, the DJ. What's up, Mao? Good to see you, Mao. Mao, we gotta get together, man. We gotta do lunch or something, Mao, or breakfast. Let me know if you're available. Let's do it. Thanks, Mao. Good to see you, man. So again, looking forward to our interview today with the DJ X and Ahitagni. It's gonna be super super dope. Ma, I'll shoot you a text right after this stream, or do me a favor and text me just to remind me, and let's set up something, man. It'll be great to talk story. Haven't connected with you in a bit, so good to see you. Other than that, Twitch family, what's up? How you guys been? Hope all is well. Anything funky or interesting or sensitive topics we want to share, want to talk about? Aside from gas being super expensive, at least so I've heard. I had to put gas in my wife's car the other day. Wow, I didn't know that. I get free gas because of work. So yeah, a little less than 3 weeks, Nancy. We'll be there very shortly. Looking forward to it. So Lila's in the house. What's up, Lila? Happy Aloha Wisdom Wednesday. Thanks for being here, Lila. I appreciate you so much. Um, and you know what? Let's do it, man. Let's bring these guys in. Um, I'll bring one in, and then I'll wait till the other one activates his camera. But X, if you're ready, man, give me a thumbs up. I'll bring you in the channel. Are you talking? Give me a thumbs up. I'll bring you guys in onto the channel. So once again, thank you all of you for being here. I am so grateful and looking forward to interviewing two of these brothers right here. Obviously, they're streamers, they're DJs, and looking forward to getting to know a little bit more about them. So, chat Ohana, please help me welcome the DJ X and our brother Ahitagni. What
Yo,
up,
what's
brother?
up?
Hey,
What
welcome.
up? What up?
Hi.
What's cracking?
What's going on, everybody?
Good to see you guys, man. What's up? Hey, I'm gonna step
Oh,
back and then you
hold up,
guys
I'm
go.
gonna switch my audio.
Yeah, not a problem. Go ahead, switch off. And Ahitagni, I think you're still on mute.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Okay, we can hear
Hi.
you now. Yes.
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah,
How are
we got
you?
you, man.
How
We
is
got
everyone
you.
in the chat? Hello. I know this guy, DJ. I know that guy. I have seen that guy a few months ago. His mic was
Nice.
working then.
So, so I'm gonna step back and Ahitagni and X. Whenever you're ready, when you're done fixing your he'll come back on. But Ahitagni, I'll give you the opportunity. There's a bunch of people in the chat room. Go ahead and say hello to them.
Hi, everyone in the chat. I'm Ahitagni from New Delhi, India. I am a Twitch streamer. I stream DJ sets on Twitch. I started like most of the DJs during the pandemic in 2020. I started around September, October, so I was a bit late. But the pandemic was more hit here, so I was like, yeah, I think everyone is doing. I should also do it, maybe. So, and and it was a great opportunity because I came to know about many of the people who I met on Twitch, not just streamers, also viewers, also supporters, and now
Yo, can you
like
hear me?
there have been like close friends with me. So I'm really happy to meet everyone who I have met for almost 2 years on Twitch, and it has become my extended family.
Nice. Nice. We're so happy to have you here, man. Yeah, X, how you doing? You okay, man?
Yeah, we're good. Can you hear me?
Yep. Loud and clear, brother.
Sounds good. I was just making sure there wasn't any reverb from the speakers to the mic. So I have a new
Yeah.
mic from Mackie, so it's pretty powerful. So I just wanted to make sure it's not too loud.
Yeah, you sound good, man. Yeah, sound good. Sound good. So I yeah, so here's your opportunity to go ahead and shout out the chat room, man. So it's all you, brother.
Yeah, shout out to everybody being in here today. Shout out to the team. Obviously, we're part of a mastermind group put together by none other than Kova from Tweak Music Tips. Shout out to him. Shout out to Mackie, Controversial, Smooth G, my brother Ahitagni being on here with him and doing the same thing. What up, buddy? It's so cool. Exactly what he said, man. It's the ability to connect the dots, right? Having the ability to talk with Ahitagni like a year ago about some raid trains, and now we're closer than ever. Shout out to Mel SF, yes. Even with you having the ability to go have like lunch with you with my kids, it was awesome. And if it wasn't for Twitch, it wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have
For
happened, and it's so cool.
For sure, man. Absolutely, for sure. So for maybe a few of us that don't know both of your journeys, and I'll start with Ahitagni first. So Ahitagni, so maybe if you could share with us, like, when did you start DJing, and like, how did that came to be for you?
Okay, so at the start, if I'm say about DJing, it's quite funny because first, I started music career in classical music, Indian classical music, but electronic music was I got interested in. It was shown to me by my cousin brother because back in the day I used to lend cassettes from him because I couldn't buy cassettes because I was much younger. He was older than me. He had money, so he used to buy cassette, and I used to, kind of like
Nice,
borrow it without asking him. So,
nice.
and that at initially once first I went to a club when I was not allowed to go to a club, but I saw a guy DJing. I said, okay, that's how electronic music is made. That's a DJ.
Yeah,
I was under the impression that DJing was done on the CDJ hundreds were there that time. So I was thinking, they put two CDs. One must be the old song, one must be the blank. They pushed a button and the remix song came out.
uh,
That's how it is done. Much later, when I got a computer in my home, and someone told me a DAW, the Fruity Loops, that's how music is made. So I started DJing to per se in a DAW first, then moved to virtual DJ, record box, and all those things as I move
nice,
along. So my starting DJing was more of a funny story like this. So,
nice.
Yo,
X, how about yourself,
Ahitagni's a
brother?
straight rebel. I love it. Stealing his cousin's stuff. I love it.
Like
yeah, like
borrow? Yeah, that's more like theft. No.
Yeah.
but I
Don
returned
will
him.
know.
Like I used to go like on the weekends to his house. So I used to take one cassette which is far in the shelf
Yeah,
and
yeah. So
return
so
back
he
in the
so
same
he wouldn't
position.
know,
The
right?
next Sunday I
So
went.
so
Yeah,
he
he
wouldn't know
would. He
that it was
wouldn't.
gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's called stealing, Ahitagni, bro.
No, 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 no.
You know what,
Not
man? Look,
stealing.
look, man. Straight up, I probably do the same thing too. I was like, man, let me borrow this real quick. Borrow it for a week, come back, put it back.
Yeah, but later when I started getting pocket money when I was old enough, I used to save lunch money to buy cassettes. So that's my,
Nice,
coming clean of,
nice,
like.
nice. I love it. How about you, X?
Yo, the journey for me started back in college. Honestly, DJing wasn't even a thought or a thing. I just knew I liked music. I was at a couple of fraternity parties. Shout out to any of my Sigma Chi brothers out there. But I was just messing around with music at a party. I like doing that, right? everybody got just plastered drunk, and I was the guy messing around with the music, putting the songs on. And one of my friends was like, "Yo, are you a DJ?" I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." Okay. And he's like, "Yo, you should come DJ for us on the college bar." It was called Mother's at the time. So I went down there. He's like, "I'll pay you $50, give you an open tab, and you just party." And I was like, "Okay, I'll do this." I'm a college kid. I'm broke.
Nice.
I like to party. I like to drink at the time, and I like women. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go enjoy the scenery. Right. I had a blast. But then I saw a real DJ in action, and I fell in love with it. I was like, "This is so awesome! I have to do this." I got some equipment, and then I started doing mashups. And then little did I know, I had a fraternity brother that had traveled to Italy over this previous summer, and he said, "Yo, you gotta check out this place." My friend Thomas ran a nightclub in Rimini, Italy, and what they do is they hire bartenders, they hire promoters, they hire DJs to come live in their house, like their 4-story house, and they just staff everybody and they bunk them up. It's literally like the real world, but
for
in Italy.
DJs.
Yeah.
Well,
For DJs, bartenders, and promoters. And
nice.
it was an absolute show of a show. It was a great time. Did I deserve the spot that I slid into? No, I wasn't as knowledgeable and good as a DJ to get into the position I got to be. Like, I opened up for like Afrojack and Chucky and DJs that I shouldn't have been opening for, because I was only like a year in, right?
Wow.
And yeah, I just opened up some good doors. I came back. I ended up working for a company called studentcity.com. They sold spring break trips, and I was really rambunctious, and I wanted to get after it as far as the spring break selling, right? And be ambitious. So I found out they had DJs on spring break. I asked them, I was like, "Yo, can I be a DJ for you guys on spring break?" They said, "If you sell 100 in a year, we'll think about it." And I sold 150 in a month, and they're like, "You can go anywhere. You can go anywhere you want, but Acapulco's already booked." I ended up taking Cancun, the Cancun slot, and it was the first year that I did it where they had the Real World Cancun from MTV.
No way.
So I literally slid into everything. Like, everything was like just perfect timing. I worked hard to get to where I was, but a lot of it I chalk it up as timing. There's so many other DJs, especially on this platform, that worked way harder to get where they are today. But I credit a lot of my stuff to timing and networking, honestly. So those were my two things. And besides that, I did a lot of stuff with like Crooklyn Clan for like producing and stuff, and that's about it.
That's dope, man. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So for the both of you, how did we discover Twitch?
Ahitagni, I'll let you take this one, brother.
Okay, for Twitch, I already had a Twitch account and knew about Twitch before pandemic, because like, I'm into computer, just to say, like, I used to go to every website, and I used to also game together. But during pandemic, I saw Insomniac's event streamed on Twitch. Then I saw another big artist which I used to follow. They were doing a DJ set on Twitch, and that struck my mind. Okay, I have a Twitch account. I'm able to stream. I can stream my DJ set on Twitch too.
Yeah.
And also, first individual DJ I watched is it's DJ Booters here on the chat.
Nice.
And he was also my first viewer when I used to stream.
How long ago was that for you, Ahitagni? How long have you been when you transitioned to DJ?
In Twitch?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I started September, October 2020. September
nice.
or October. Yeah.
Nice. We actually started about the same time, you and I. That's awesome. How about you, X?
No, that's an awesome story, Ahitagni. It's funny too, because Ahitagni, how him and I linked up was through Booters as well. So shout out to It's DJ Booters. If you guys haven't followed him, make sure you do.
Uder's
Very
making all the
entertaining.
connection. Yeah.
Dude, he is, man.
Yep.
He's the connection, the Twitch
He is.
connection.
He is, man.
It was good. I got to go out to Lansing about a month ago. That's where he's from, is Lansing, Michigan. Had some food with him. Had a
Nice.
tequila shot. Tequila shot's like my signature drink of choice.
Now I know.
I won't drink a whole bunch of stuff, but you better believe if I'm meeting you for the first time or we're celebrating something, we'll do a tequila shot. So
Nice.
as far as when I started on Twitch, I started a little bit later into the game. I didn't get into it until January of 21. So I was a little bit of a late bloomer, but I found it because of just a couple of my DJ friends, like DJ Chops. He was from the club headliners with me on Crooklyn Clan. I saw him hop onto Twitch, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool." And he told me, he's like, "Yeah, it's way better than Instagram or Facebook. You don't get kicked off."
Yep, definitely.
But I felt really bad. I was working at the time, and I felt really bad for a lot of my DJ friends during the pandemic because a lot of them made a living off of the cash payments that they made for DJing. So when you think of that, right, like no unemployment, no cash flow, like the DJs really took a hard beating during the shutdown. So I did whatever I could. Like I was supporting through subs and bits or whatever I could. Like I was like, I'm going to try to help you guys out as much as I can, because I was still working at the time, and I just felt really bad that I couldn't really do much else besides that. So that's how I fell into Twitch. And then, been doing it for about a year and a half now. It's been awesome. Some amazing connections that I've never been able to make before. So
nice. By the way, X, I love your shirt, man.
Yeah, I had to wrap it for today.
I like that, man.
I can't wait. I can't wait to come back. I really can't. Like the vibes out in Hawaii are unmatched to anywhere I've ever been. The Big Island, Kona Kai, was so relaxing, so amazing. Like I've never felt so tranquil. And then shout out to It's Me the E, Eric. What up, buddy? And then Honolulu. Like I don't think I've ever felt so close to the moon before. Like it was like right up in my face. And then on top of that, you saw where we stayed at. We were right on the beach.
Yep.
But right below us, we had a street performer, and he was just rocking out to Careless Whisper on the saxophone all night. And I was like, "You just keep that thing rocking, bro. I'll be right here all night, just throwing quarters down from the balcony."
That's dope. That's awesome. So maybe you can share maybe what your favorite thing of your favorite thing on Twitch and why.
Ahitagni, I'll let you take the honors, brother.
Favorite thing in Twitch is like unlike X, where I DJ'd was like small cafes, like where you have food and there's a DJ playing in the background, or a much smaller club, or like so small that you as a DJ have a hard time finding the place when you first go. Like it's so small. And what Twitch gave me, like even I had 0 or 1 viewer or 2 viewer, technically if you speak, like you are streaming to the entire world. You are actually in a stage where entire world can watch, and you are DJing there. And that was like a huge thing for me. Like, oh my god, I'm playing and people all over the world has access to see me. Whether they see it or not, that's a different thing, but they have the access to see me. That was like a big thing. It's just like having your own TV channel or a radio thing, without going through all the hoops. So that was like mind-blowing for me. Kind of like, oh my god.
Yeah, and I agree, because technically, like once you understand, like you're no longer just DJing per se, on your Twitch channel. Like you literally, I've one of my friends, my mentors said, you know what, you're no longer just a DJ, you're a streamer / broadcaster, because that's literally what you do, right? You set your scenes up, you put the music together, you program your music, all that stuff comes into play, and that's, I mean, then eventually when you do crazy things and you decide to do a talk show, I mean, adding more things to your channel, like you're versatile. I mean, you're not
Oh
just playing
yes.
music. Very, very different as opposed to just where before the pandemic, where it was just DJing. That was cool. That was fine. But I think the awesome part about it is because there are so many DJs that are very afraid of the microphone and didn't want to speak. Many of them felt like they were forced to speak. But I mean, again, if you want to grow your community, this is the one tool that's going to help you get there,
Oh
right?
yes.
Yeah,
And shout out to DJ X and DJ Controversial in the chat who encouraged me, or pushed me, you should speak more, you should speak more on the stream. Earlier, I was like, someone says
yeah,
something, I used to reply and I used to.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's like running your own TV show or a radio show. You are everything.
You
You are
are,
the production, you are the cameraman, you are the sound
you
guy,
are,
you are the
you are.
DJ, you are the host, you are everything.
You're everything. Yep, I agree. X, how about you, brother?
Yeah, I agree with everything you both said. Honestly, the number one thing that drives me to be on Twitch every weekend or as many weekends as I can, it's people, right? I've
Yep.
always been a people person, and when you're DJing in a club, you have the ability to move this person to over here by changing the song or make this person get off the dance floor to go take a shot or get a drink by your song choice, which is fun and everything. But
Hmm.
the level of connection that you get to have with somebody through a camera and through a chat, uh, and obviously video, is just completely different from what you can do in the club.
Yeah.
And the goodness behind Twitch, like there's so many different levels, right? Like obviously, Don, I had you on the Starlight Children's Foundation
Yes.
charity raid, and we raised $13,000. I
Yeah.
mean, shout out to you, shout out to 360, shout out to Controversial that was a part of it. We had so
Hmm.
many DJs that were a part of it, and if it weren't for Twitch, I don't know if I'd be able to do that again, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that was a huge accomplishment, and I was really excited to help those children out. So, and it was cool to work with a foundation that was supportive like them. I mean, you
Yeah.
saw them; they would actually come into your chat and
Yeah.
show you love when you were streaming, and
Yeah.
not many people would do that. So that was really cool to
For
be a
sure.
part of. And there's just not many opportunities outside of Twitch where you can have that type of interaction with people, and I feed off of that. Like I love that type of interaction, like sitting down with you, having some spam in Hawaii. Like,
Yeah.
come on now,
Yeah.
it's priceless.
I know. And I know some of you are like, ew, spam. You
Oh,
just don't
don't
know.
even.
Y'all just
You
don't
don't
know.
know. You do not know, people. Oh my gosh, it's so
y'all
good.
just don't know. Yeah. Yeah. So E, I got a question for you, because you're quite the tech person.
Yes, I as you can see, I like the
Yes.
production side of things. But yeah, shoot away. What do you got?
No, because I remember having this conversation with you, like, because you come up with some dope scenes and overlays. Like, what's the inspiration for you?
You know what? I don't know. You know what? Honestly, I'm going to give a lot of credit to friend Joshua Carl from the East Coast. I love what he did with a lot of his production side of things. And then I just saw some other streamers, and I've always been into that, right? Like I still remember in like 7th and 8th grade marketing class, we were tasked with doing some advertising, and I did like a Nike advertisements with like Michael Jordan clips and just some crazy music backgrounds, and I had a blast doing it.
Mhm.
And now that I look back at like my path in life, I'm 100% happy with what I've gone with. But I would love the opportunity, or loved the opportunity, to get in something like this full time and do something creative with it, because I do love the creativity, and yeah, it feels great when somebody notices it,
Yeah.
right? It's kind of hard not to. It's like getting that A+ in high school, and then your parents patting you on the back when you bring it home and put it on the fridge. It's that same feeling. but yeah, I do. I mean, I can switch a couple things up for you.
I was just gonna ask. Yeah.
Like this is my Saturday morning cartoon streams. So I build myself into every single Saturday morning cartoons that are nostalgic from the 80s and 90s. So controversial wants the Wilma. But I have all these things, and then we play 80s and 90s music. I'll go to controversial's favorite stream. This is the Fred Flintstone stream with you
Nice.
got Wilma earning those biddies for the stream, right?
Oh my gosh.
This is by far everybody's favorite, and that's just because I incorporate everybody into the stream. Like here comes Ahitagni Bear
Nice.
coming down the stream, but it's always a fun time making these scenes. This is my favorite one just because it was my favorite cartoon as a kid. But Tailspin was my jam. I love Tailspin, man. Kit and the Cloud Chaser. And the amount of things that it takes to do something like this, like having the plane fly across the screen and then turn around on the back side of it and fly back. Even the boat, you see me rising up and down like it's doing the waves.
It looks so complex.
This one's a fan favorite too. Is Scooby Doo Roro?
Yeah, nice.
And it is. It's a good time. It's kind of. I also take. I give credit to like Jay, right? He does like grocery store themes.
Yeah,
and he does it on Saturdays as well. But having the community have interaction and letting them pick like what's their favorite cartoon. I let everybody like say like the most recent one was Garfield. So Garfield everybody loved. So I was like, okay, let's build me into a Garfield scene and see what we can do to have some fun with it.
That's dope.
Yeah, just some fun stuff. And it's just different. And of course I still do like the music videos and other things like that.
That's dope.
But
so that's 3 separate cameras you have on you.
Yeah, this is my above camera right here. And then I have this camera right down here, and then I have this camera up there.
For sure.
So I'll get and I will give a test run. We'll see if it can work. I don't know if it will, but this was Smooth G's favorite redemption. So this is a channel redemption you can do in my channel, but it's a Thanos redemption. I'm a huge Marvel nerd. So this was that, and we'll see if it works. Nope, it's not going to work on here. That's weird. But essentially, it snaps me away and then takes me off of the screen. Yes, Ahitagni, Tom and Jerry will be coming, bro. But yeah, I love the production side of things. It's fun to me, right? Besides talking with people, it's my next favorite thing. So 100%.
Nice. So the one that I really liked where I really start to notice was it was a Marvel one. It was the Doctor Strange. It was the rings.
Yeah. Here, I'll try to do it again. I think I know what happened, but it's this.
It's not working.
There you go.
Okay, so there's Thanos.
Yeah, so he snaps me away, and then I'll vanish, right?
Nice.
We'll see if it works. Yeah, there you
go. That's dope, man. Look at that, bro.
And then I'll start doing a Doctor Strange ring that brings me back.
That's the one, man. That's the one I saw you do,
you see me walk through the...
Yeah.
Oh, and then somebody tried putting the... Ahitagni. Ahitagni's in the background trying to put my Donald Duck mask on. Because I usually have just a whole bunch of channel points, and you can do like Iron Man masks like this. And he just tried to put it on a Donald Duck mask.
Yeah, it opens. It's so dope, man.
So he's always trying to mess around. We him and I do a spiff on Sundays, right? Where I build everything in to a coffee shop vibe, and we have different coffee shops, but we play it off as like he's my boss. And like if I'm ever like late to stream, like 3 minutes, he's like, "Where you at? Like you're fired." And I'm like,
Yeah,
"Come on,
yeah, yeah.
everybody, let's get some tips in here. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose my job." Ahitagni, he's just the worst boss, and it's just great. We have some fun with it.
Nice. That's dope, man.
So yeah, that's about it, man.
That is really really cool, bro. That's amazing. That's amazing. Um, Ahitagni, let me ask you this question, man. So,
Yes.
so are there any streamers or DJs around in your region that you connect with, or how is it in your area?
Yeah, there are DJs who are here, but the thing is that mostly here, like at least in my part of the country, like even if I'm going out for a gig or something, we play local music because there's a huge variety of local music. Even it's not just Bollywood because
Yeah,
there are multiple languages spoken here. So each region has a language. So I have to play songs catered to those people. But what Twitch gives allows me it I can play music which I like. That's mostly electronic music. So I can play those. That's what I like about Twitch. And also speaking for one thing which DJ X said about the coffee shop. So
yeah,
DJ X streams on Saturdays and Sundays, and I
yeah.
stream on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. So on my Friday show, I say, you know, there's a coffee shop which you can go on Sunday and use my code, my username. You can type that in the chat and get discount.
Nice,
If you do not
nice.
get discount on Sunday, come back on my stream on Monday and complain. File a complaint. I'll fire the barista.
I love that. I love that.
Yo, it's great. It's so
I
great.
love how you just okay. That's brilliant, man.
Yeah,
That's
it's
smart.
not. It's more than an exclamation mark SO, because some my mods are like my mom and my sister kind of who I met on Twitch. I don't have a mod. In order to give
Yeah,
a shout out to a person who I know and connect, I thought if I say something about his stream in a funny way, people are more encouraged to check him or her out rather than a link getting posted and people have to click.
yeah.
You know, and also the fact he has a coffee bean emote and I have a coffee
Is
cup
that it?
emote.
Is that it? The one right there, X that you just popped up. There's
No,
something
that was
emotes.
shout out to Nancy with the follow, hon. Thank you. Aloha for the follow, fam.
Ah, that's your notification when someone
Yeah,
follows.
mahalo.
Nice,
Um,
nice.
no, like if somebody types exclamation point coffee in my stream, is that the one you're talking about?
Yes.
Hitagi, are you
Yeah.
talking? So yeah, if
That's
somebody
right.
types in exclamation point coffee in my stream, it like bounces a whole bunch of coffee things around. But
Nice.
apparently not right now, Ahitagni.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many cool things you can. I didn't realize like you
There
don't
it
have to
is.
be online to do it like that right there.
Yeah.
So one thing I discovered, like I wasn't online, but like anyone can go into your chat room and they can start chatting, right?
Oh yeah.
And then you can actually raid offline into someone's channel.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I did it last year with myself, Icy Ice, and DJ Stress. We actually raided DJ Jaybird, real life. We're actually at his door. So we raided him through my channel. And he's like,
That's so
"How is this raid happening?" And then we knocked on the door and then walked in.
that's so awesome. I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
That's so great.
yeah,
Yeah. Shout out to Jaybird and the flock, man. Those guys are awesome.
yeah. Crazy, crazy. Um, so I know I asked about this before, but I want to bring it up with the both of you. Explain to me a little bit more in terms of your mastermind group and the advantages of being part of one, and how has that been for the two of you?
Ahitagni, why don't you talk right away? Because honestly, Ahitagni, this has been a blessing for him, and I don't want to steal his thunder. So Ahitagni, take it away, buddy.
Yeah. So if I have to say, like, it's like a group of people trying to achieve the same goal at the same time. Be it higher viewer, better stream quality, anything can be the goal. But just like if you see in a sports team, like in a football, American football or European football, whatever, if the whole team works, then they can achieve it in a quicker and a more efficient way. So it's just a bunch of DJs and streamers who, we try to help each other. Like shout out to DJ Controversial for getting me this mic stand earlier. I was also, like how we doing using the mic, like simple things like that, or something more complex. Like shout out to Vinyl who says about the obvious thing and other stuff. It So anything, like how DJ Controversial or DJ X said me, you need to speak more to connect with your audience or your chat. You cannot be just playing music. You have to talk. So some things like that, which are might seem very simple, but some misses it, and someone has to say it to them in order to get things right. So it's just a group of streamers who try to achieve. The goal is to make the stream better, the quality of the stream good, and that's what we do in the mastermind group. I love you too,
Yeah.
bro. Controversial.
Yeah, I 100% agree with them. Like the whole concept behind the mastermind group is like Ahitagni said, it's a group of individuals coming together to improve on like-minded things. And we wanted to become better streamers. We wanted to grow our communities because ultimately one of the biggest downfalls of Twitch is discoverability, right? Like the top keeps getting bigger, like the big streamers like Ninja and whatever, they're gonna get, I don't know, 20,000 viewers, whatever it might be. And the ones down at the bottom, it's hard for people to get discovered. I see it all the time in some of like the Twitch Facebook groups. Like I just streamed for 8 hours and I had an average of 0. And I feel really bad for those people and I try to help them as much as they can. But we had to do something to change it up. And shout out to Kova with Tweak Music Tips. He's the one that facilitated it all. He's the one that kind of put it all together, him and Richie Rich Detroit. And it was a great concept. And the nice thing about it is, like Booters just said, it's not a group, right? It started as a group for the first meeting. And after that, it was a bunch of homies and homettes hanging out.
Yeah, nice.
That's all it was. Like,
nice.
And it's to this day. Like, Ahitagni, do you mind if I share what we did?
Sure, go ahead. No worries.
Ahitagni has always had been held back from technological side of things as far as like computers, just other things like that. And I've known him long enough to know that he had some trouble things with work and everything like that. So we took it upon ourselves as a family to without him knowing about it, raise money. We raised $1,200 as a group together and ended up donating it. And we just got to get it sent over from America to New Delhi, India. So it's and I told everybody at the end of it when we did the donation, and I looked dead in the camera, and I hope everybody like felt it. It's Ahitagni this time, but I hope every one of you like know with their whole hearts, like we would do this for any of you. If you're ever at a tough time, like we'll help each other out. It's been an amazing journey so far. And some people will get busy and they'll come back and they'll still do the bare interactions, but then they'll get right back engaged once things cool down again. Like Controversial, big shout out to him. He was out in Nam, but he was still hanging out and doing as much as he can. I've had some up and downs over the last month and a half, and the friends have been nothing but supportive. And I don't know how I would be mentally right now if I didn't have this group that I call family. I honestly don't. It's life can suck sometimes, right?
Well, life does suck sometimes.
But that's one of my biggest things is embrace the suck.
Yep.
And it's a lot better embracing it with a bunch of amazing people like this. So it's shout out to everybody in here that's part of the team. Shout out to everybody that's in Don's channel right now. Just amazing people.
Yeah, and not to mention that, like, the people that you connect with now,
Mhm.
right? I mean, like you say, start off as a group and a connection. Now you're literally family. Yeah. So, and like how you said, you embrace the suck, and sometimes life will be sucky, right? And one of my favorite quotes goes like this. It says, "Don't let your bad days trick you into thinking you have a bad life."
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
I love it, and it's so easy to do, right?
Oh, absolutely.
It's I work with people on a daily basis, and it's really hard to remember all the good ones, all the good customer, or all the customers you remember, or all the bad times. It
Mm.
takes a little bit more to remember the good ones.
Yeah. No, for sure. For sure. So, let's say I'm a I'm a new streamer, very young, not very young in terms of Twitch experience. I'm looking to grow my community, and I hear about a mastermind group such as yours.
Yep.
How does one get involved with a group like that?
Number one, it's obviously communication, right? Like you have to be able to talk with people in the group, and just kind of make your way in there
Yeah.
with with just supporting others, right? Like you have to kind of earn the position of being a part of what we have, because it can be a lot at times, right? There's times where we have DJ D double from the West Coast streaming at 11 p.m. at night, and we need to
Mhm.
make sure that we have the ability to throw open a browser tab and support him at the same time.
Mm.
Those are the bare minimum things, but it's also like everybody has certain connections with people, right? Some people aren't going to connect with you the same way as somebody else might.
True.
So it's maybe it's not joining somebody else's mastermind group, but if you want it bad enough, and if you know others, you start your own, right? That's the whole concept, is you find like-minded individuals that want to work towards a common goal together. And that's the cool thing about, like, you were in there. Like, we are a straight melting pot.
Yep.
We got a emote slapping New Yorker
Yeah.
that is Smooth G, that we love so much.
Yep.
And then we got a nurse from Texas, and she'll play the dirty South hip hop you'll ever hear. And then we got Ahitagni throwing down some nice EDM beats. And then we got controversial with the Latin vibes. We have the nicest Canadian known on Twitch, DJ Little Fever. Shout out to him.
Oh,
But
hi.
there's so many different personalities, and you just have to make sure that it all works together, right? It's
Mhm.
don't force it. If it feels natural, it feels natural, and this just has. It's been awesome. I tell you one thing though, it is hard bringing people into it after we've had this connection. Shout out to a couple of the newer members that we've had over the last 2 months, though. Total Encore, DJ D Double, DJ Garoish, and Real KG. It's not easy getting into a group of friends that's been together
Yeah,
since inception of it. So
for sure. Absolutely. Um, Ahitagni, what would your advice be for someone who's brand new and who's a DJ, but is considering to jump on Twitch?
Yeah, it may sound like bad, or like not a good way to say it, but forget everything in which you have doing for how many years. Like, there are a few people in our group who has DJed for more than the time I have lived my life. Because as we said earlier, DJing and DJing on Twitch, it's a totally different thing. Obviously, you can use the skills which you have mastered over the years, but as I said, DJing on Twitch, it's like a broadcasting thing. You have to read the chat, you have to greet everyone. Like, even if you are DJing in a local club or a very big club, you do not say hi to everyone who walks in the room. But on Twitch, even if you are like a big streamer, medium streamer, or first time streamer, it's a good thing to shout out to everyone who are, joining your chat, chatting for the first time. So it's more about interaction with the audience or the chatters in your
Like
channel.
right now, to Ahitagni. Shout out to
Yeah.
my brother DJ Theo Taboro, the sexiest
Yes.
calves on Twitch right there. What up, buddy? Shout out to the Raiders. Refresh that stream. Welcome in.
What's
It's
up,
really
family?
refresh.
Oh man, thank you, Theo. Who do
What up,
you?
Marie?
Thank you, family. Appreciate you guys. DJ Savage Cuts is in the house.
What up, Savage?
Savage Cut. I gotta send that drop to you, man. I keep forgetting. I'll definitely send that over to you, brother. SD2 Kimmy, how are you? Miss you, chokes. Love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. So shout out to the Club Savage DJs. Appreciate all of you so much. Theo, I appreciate you, man. Mahalo for the raid. Chef Big Mike's food. So Chef Big Mike is actually from San Diego, but he's actually here in Hawaii.
Oh,
He's been here since May. And he's here for a couple more months. He's actually working, and he took over his buddy's taco shop, literally right smack dab in the middle of Waikiki. And so
Oh, that's so amazing.
yeah, so Chef Big Mike and I normally try to get together every week to kind of just hang out, whether we go to the movies or just go out and hang out see other DJs and just hang out at the bars. Or like he was at the beach yesterday, but I was busy with Scam Artist being a guest on the Scam
Yeah,
Artist
well, I
channel.
saw that. Big congrats. I saw
Yeah.
you'd be on that. Obviously Theo was on it a
Yes.
month or so ago. That's awesome.
Yeah,
It's so awesome seeing you guys be a part of that.
Yeah. So I mean, so blessed. So, but yes. So thank you, DJ Theo Tobora and Marie T, my Bay Area family. Thank you so much for the raid. You're so kind. So kind. Thank you so much. Ahitagni, yeah, thank you. It really is a mind shift once you jump on
Yes.
Twitch and you change the, I mean, again, if the idea is to grow your community, I think that's the key right there, because there's a
Yes.
lot of DJs I see on top that just literally just want to jump on and just play music, which is
Yep.
fine,
Yeah.
which is fine,
It's fine.
right? But if
But
go
if
ahead,
you
X.
look at it in a different, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, like, if you look at it in a different way, like every DJ would play the same, more or less the same song if the same genre of music is being playing. There
Yeah.
might be few, so extra special edit or something. But the most unique thing you can offer is not the gear. Like, I know I don't have gear, but anyone can buy, given the money, the latest gear, the latest camera, and everything. And if you
Yeah.
do it, someone might copy it from you, and they can get much better gear. But the
Yeah.
best thing which you can offer and the most unique thing is you yourself.
I agree.
That's the thing. No one can have a copy of it.
Right.
Yep. The one of one.
Yep.
Yes. So
Because
how you
there's-
greet, how you connect, that's the main part of Twitch. Because see, in a TV show, like consider a TV show, why would you watch a TV show over than any other TV show or a web series or whatever, Netflix, whatever? You watch something because you like. Try to replicate that in a way with your DJ and your Twitch.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%. Ahitagni, nailed it, buddy.
Yeah. What say you, X?
Yeah, same thing. I mean, it's you have to be able to differentiate and be different, right? I mean, that's
Yeah.
kind of what I do with all the production thing, but it's not about the music, right? Now, I will say there are some people that are on Twitch that are more musically talented. Like shout out to Real KG, part of our mastermind group. He's an
Yes.
OG, right? He
Yep.
hits it hard.
Yes.
With boom bap and everything, and he's just naturally gifted on the tables, and he stands out in that way. But he also does a really nice job communicating. But not everybody on Twitch, for the most part, most people are going to be average or above average DJ, and you have to be able to interact with the people, and it's hard for some people to accept, right? But I was talking with my wife on this another time, and she said to me, like, you just have to be able to recognize that some people have more likable personalities, and those are the people that typically have the more viewers. And it's 100% accurate. I mean, look at Controversial. Who doesn't like just adore that big teddy bear with the big big beard. Like, he's
Yeah.
an awesome dude, amazing friend, and he has a warm, welcoming community, just like you, Don.
Mhm.
Anytime you come into your stream, you have warm vibes from you, but not only you, you have it all throughout your chat, through people in here, your mods, everything. So
Yeah.
it's all about the people. It comes back to that. That's all there is to it.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I mean, if that was the standard for, you know, for other brand new Twitch streamers, I think they would really see an increase of their community growing. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and not to put anyone down. You know, I was watching this one streamer just yesterday, and he was actually part of. Uh, he was a guest DJ uh for like a partner stream. Um, but I was lurking because I went and like, oh, I've never seen this guy before. I want to, you know, what he does and what makes him very unique. And I always go in with the eyes of, you know, always there to support. But especially if it's someone new, I always go in with the mindset of what can I learn from this DJ?
Yep.
Like, you know, his blends to his scratches to his mixing or whatever it is, and how can I learn from that one individual? So he had a microphone, and he never said one word for one whole hour. Never said a word. And the reason why I said 1 hour, because after the hour, because I was lurking and doing stuff,
Yeah.
I was waiting for him to talk. He never said a word. Never said a word. And then I left.
Yep.
I would have left earlier, but I was busy just working. I didn't my priority wasn't going back to the laptop and looking for other people to see. It was just I was so busy doing other things. It was just background, but he never said one word for the whole hour I was on that channel. I was like, that's very interesting, especially if it's a channel where and there was about 140 people in there. You know, and obviously the community where he was a guest DJ on, right? They're very loyal to that specific channel. But I wonder, I wonder if anyone followed him, you know, as opposed to if he did interact with them, I wonder how many more viewers and followers he would have.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same mentality, right? I use it for my company that I run when I'm not on Twitch. It's you have to have the experience, because especially with nowadays the internet, right? I run a retail shoe company throughout the Midwest and the mainland,
Yeah.
and our whole concept is all about people, right?
Mhm.
Especially nowadays, you can order a pair of shoes and it can be to your front door the next day. So why would they shop for us? It's got to be the people. It's got to be the experience. And we always, when interviewing somebody to come work for us, we give them the explanation of the Hard Rock or Rainforest Cafe. You ever eat at Rainforest Cafe,
Mhm.
Don?
Yep. Mhm.
What would you have? You don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know. What do you remember? You
I
remember the
don't.
jungle, the lightning,
Yes.
the
The
cheetah.
noises, right?
You
Yeah.
remember the
The monkeys, the birds,
atmosphere,
the
the
rain. Yep.
vibe, the
Yep.
experience.
Yes.
And that's what people come back for.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they're not going to remember what burger they got, but they're going to remember how you made them feel while they were in your stream.
Yeah.
And that's how it has to be.
Yeah. I totally agree with you. And that's it's the same approach that I look at when I do weddings, because that's all I do, right?
Yep.
I'm a mobile DJ, and my niche market is weddings. You know, they won't remember most people. There's really only two things at any event that people will remember. It's the food and it's the entertainment. Now, in regards to the food and the entertainment, it's either really, really good or it sucks.
Yep.
There's no in between, right? And especially for a wedding, there's no do-over, which is why I always say this. And very seldom I'll get couples at the end of my my meeting with them when I meet them for the first time. Very seldom they'll ask me, you know, why are you so much more expensive than everybody else? You know, very seldom I'll have that question. You know, and my response is exactly like what you said, bro, is because I don't play music. What I do is I create emotions and memories.
Yep.
That is what I sell. I don't sell music. Good DJs play music. Great DJs create emotions. That's the difference.
It's a habit of being a DJ, right? And it's kind of I'd say it's kind of a bad habit, but when you're at weddings, you're always critiquing the DJ,
I think you
and you
can't help it. You
and you
know,
can't, right?
you
It's
can't.
like
You can't.
you're just
It's the
you're in
nature.
it. But I
It's the
still
nature.
remember this
Yeah.
one, right?
Yeah.
It was Phoenix, Arizona. It was my wife's best friend's wedding. We had an absolute blast. The songs, the music, it was fair, decent blends, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But the thing that got me, he did the conga line, right? But in the conga line, he got up and this mariachi getup, right? And he leads the conga line with a wireless mic headphone set, and he's got maracas, and he is just repping it. He is just making a biggest fool of himself, but he did it with so much conviction and confidence that it didn't matter. It was the most amazing wedding experience I've seen. It was so amazing. Yeah, I gave him like some kind of tip afterwards, and I was just like, kudos, man. That was phenomenal.
That's dope. That is dope, man.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Ahitagni. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to add one more thing since you mentioned about the person having a mic and not speaking for an hour.
Yes.
And you also said to suggestion to new streamers. So in case you have been, DJing out, but you have everything for DJ, but you were DJing in a place like a restaurant, you never spoke, and you don't have a mic, and for some reason maybe you cannot afford a mic. Most people here doesn't know, but when I initially started streaming, even before I met this crew here, like I used to stream from a cell phone and not use OBS because my then laptop couldn't handle OBS.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a mic, but I had a paper board here. So and I understand it's very difficult to use a keyboard and a DJ controller. So I used to write everyone's name who used to come into my stream here.
That's
so
awesome,
that was
man.
I'm recognizing you, but I don't have any option to speak to you. So you can try different way to interact, even if you maybe cannot afford a mic for some reason or don't have a mic or
I love that.
Something.
And I love what you said, Ahitagni, but here's the difference. That dude had a mic.
Yes, I understand, but if you because you said what would you suggest to a new streamer, because some new streamer might be lurking in the chat.
Yeah.
He wants to maybe stream tomorrow or today. He's saying, I need to have a mic because if I don't have a mic, people would leave after 1 hour. No. Like you are only limited by your imagination. You could you can blow a balloon and write people's name and stick on your wall. You don't even need a board or anything. Anything to show that you are acknowledging the presence of the person who is giving the time to be on your stream.
I agree. Yeah.
100%.
DJ Flash from Canada does a no mic Tuesday.
Oh my gosh.
So every time when people will jump in, you can see him on his phone and he's actually writing in the chat like, hey, DJ X, so good to have you here. Sorry, it's no mic Tuesday, but I acknowledge your presence. Thank you for being here. Like that's one of the ways.
And you know what? It creates a story like to it too, because I had to ask him. I was like, bro, you have a mic all the other times.
Yeah.
Why not now? He's like, because I got a neighbor that will whoop my you know what.
Yep.
And he's like, I gotta respect that neighbor. So
yeah,
it's just a fun story. But at the same time, he does such a great job with interacting with the chat via text that it doesn't matter. So
yep, I agree. And so
I'm gonna flip it, Don. I gotta interview you really quick because this is something that I still can't wrap my mind around.
For sure.
Since we met, right? You're a police officer still, and you do sometimes, right?
Yes.
You do wedding DJs.
Yes.
You do Twitch.
Yes.
And then on top of that, you do all these other things. Like, how are you making the time? Like, is there literally just no time in the day for Don, or like I just feel like your schedule has to be like so packed.
Yeah, it's crazy because I find myself taking cat naps here and there. The beautiful part is my wife and I are empty nesters. Yep. I have a 19-year-old who's out of the house. I have a 21-year-old that's out of the house. My kids are all out, so it's just my wife and I. And we're both busy with our careers and our schedules. But In terms of making time, one of my favorite quotes is this, and the quote goes like this: if it's important, you'll find a way.
You'll
If it's
find a
not,
way.
you'll find an excuse. So I prioritize whatever is important for me and I schedule it.
Yep.
So that's kind of how it works for me. And
No,
of
I love
course,
that quote.
right, if does life happen? Absolutely. Things will come in here and there. You make adjustments. You just adjust and you just, make the best. And if you can't do it, then sometimes the best part of saying no is that you're respecting yourself and your time, because people, like, I have a lot of people all the time hitting me up to, I'm sure like many of all the other DJs out there would say, hey, we have this fundraiser coming up and we need a DJ, but we're on a budget. I love when they say that, oh, I'm on a budget. And I always respond, well, everyone's on a budget.
Yep.
Who's not on a budget?
Well, I know a guy that likes to work on budgets. Let me refer you to him.
Like, everyone's on a budget. I'm on a budget too, right? And of course, that's when you come down to, okay, how much is my time worth? Is this something where I know I can fit in? For example, so I'm still with our police union on the local chapter. So I went to my police union meeting that started at 8:30. It got done at 4:30. Came home. I think I streamed that day. Then I went to work that night. Then I came home the next day. I had several meetings with brides and grooms for a wedding this year. Set up 2 meetings for 2 weddings next year, and then a phone video conference for a wedding 2024. Then I went to work Friday night. And then I went from Friday night, I took a cat nap in my car for about an hour and a half. And then I emceed a parade that happened here going into Waikiki, right? Went home, took a nap, had an event that night, went to work. Sunday, took a nap, did the wedding, which is all out in the North Shore. That's about an hour and a half drive, which is far when you're on an island, right? And you're there from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Went home, literally unloaded, jumped into my police car, and then I went to work. And then came home Monday and slept half of the day. So
That's a lot.
it is a lot. It is a lot, right? So again, it's just
But if
making
it's
time
meaningful to you, you'll prioritize it. I love it.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely, yeah. So, right. So
We
like,
should ask the same question for Ahitagni. Like, I
uh,
don't know
well,
if you've ever known Ahitagni. He
Mhm.
has these emotes, right? His emotes are Team No Sleep, kind of like Chris Cuts, right?
like Chris Cuts, okay?
He literally doesn't he literally doesn't sleep. Like Ahitagni, what time is it right now?
Yeah, it's 8:40, 8:38.
8:38. Okay, so it's not bad.
It's
But
in the morning, Thursday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But
I haven't slept since last night. So
yeah.
you
Oh
saw
my
me like
God.
few hours ago in multiple calls and things. You saw me.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I know. So in people ask me about this multiple times, so I'll also say something regarding this. I don't know about you guys, but say like I know working in US is different than working in companies in India. So, but I'm pretty sure you would have a similar experience, if not the same. Like you have an 8-hour shift, but you might be told by your boss to do one more hour or something. You might do it if it's your new job or if it's, like it's the only job you have. And so if you are doing something for your own, why won't you do the extra hours for your own, Like you could do it, like it's
Yep.
for what you do for your own passion. You could do for any hours you have to.
Yep. If you'll work that hard for somebody else, why won't you work that hard for yourself,
For
right?
yourself. That's right.
That's when you know if somebody respects themselves or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shout out to DJ Garoish in the building. He's
Hey, Garoish,
definitely
man.
he's been sick over the last couple days. We missed you at the meeting tonight, buddy. Hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, Grosh. Take care of yourself, buddy, man. We love you, man. Yeah. So for you, man, like, so events, everything, a lot of things are opening up, real life events and stuff. What's the future for you in terms of Twitch and real life events?
You know, it's been weird because I haven't done a real life gig, an IRL gig for
Mm,
some time. It's been like 5-6 years. And I had a friend hit me up the other day in Des Moines, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing? You want to come spin this with me?" I was like, "You know what? Whatever, let's do it." So I randomly just went over there, had a night with him, had some fun times, and it's
nice.
kind of ignited that spark. It was nice DJing in person again.
Yeah.
And it was weird because I was about to get on the mic, and they're like, "Yo, we don't do mic here," and I'm
Isn't that funny? Isn't that
it
funny?
was so funny. Shout out to Raven Shimmers. Thanks for the
Raven
follow, hon.
Shimmer with the
Appreciate you.
follow. Now I know when that pops up, I know it's a follow.
Yeah, mahalo
Let's
for the
go.
follow, fam.
Mahalo for the follow.
But at the same time, like I've made connections. I've done. This has always been a downfall in my life, and that's just something that I've had to work through. Is keeping long-term connections. I have my close group of like 5 really close friends, but keeping those long-term connections throughout life. And I've just reconnected with a lot of people from before I got married, with like the DJing and selling spring breaks, that I've reached out to again and tried to get in touch with, and some of them from New York, some from Chicago, and I am going to try to get some IRL gigs here soon, and who knows, maybe I'll be making a US tour here shortly, and
That'd be dope.
we'll see. It's been a while, but I do miss the in club action as well. But at the same time, I'm not going to do it for the prices that I did before, right? It's especially now, like I live in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and you got some of these clubs down here getting shot up, right?
Yeah.
And you better believe I'm not going to be going to a club risking my neck on the line for $200 a night.
No way.
It's not happening. Like,
it's not even worth it. Yeah.
So until then, you can catch me on Saturday and Sundays on Twitch, though.
Hey, well, it's much more safer.
Yes, exactly.
You don't have to drive anywhere.
Yeah, the only attacks I get is from my kids giving me hugs and kisses, and then my dog slobbering on me. So
there you go. And which is priceless.
Yeah, well, it is. It is. The ability to press stop stream and then just go out and hang out with them for the rest of the day is so priceless.
Beautiful.
It is beautiful.
So if you were to choose, if you had a choice of a IRL gig, right? Like bars, festivals, weddings, right? What would it be? Corporate, what would it be for the both of you? And why, I should add.
You know what? Being that I run a shoe company, and I know we would never do it as a company because we are very frugal as a company. We were Jewishly founded, so we pinch pennies and we know how to run a business to a T. But I've always been jealous of the friend DJ Spider. He'll go out and DJ like Zoomies company retreat, and it just looks like the biggest party and amazing people, and it always looks really cool. Nice. I wouldn't mind doing something like that. I used to do things like that for colleges. Kind of towards the end of my DJ career, I'd go on like college tours to like one of them that brought me back twice a year was Endicott College in what is that? Somewhere by Boston. I forget what the town is, north of Boston. It's like Peabody, something like that area. And they put us up in this really massive, large log cabin, like event center, and all the kids came in, and it was a blast. We had good times with that. The other one, back to Cancun. I wouldn't mind going back to Cancun. I got to DJ the City nightclub once. It's the largest nightclub in North America. Nice. It used to be an old football stadium, and I think it held like 8,500 people. So I wouldn't mind doing that again, because that's just it's a huge rush. Like when we brought Akon in, and he like floated down from the ceiling, and then he started walking on people like Jesus.
No
like
way.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's dope. That's dope. How about you, Ahitagni?
Yeah, like I don't think, doing live gigs would have any effect on Twitch streams if you manage it correct way. And if you are DJing somewhere live, uh, IRL, and they have a better connection, I might stream from there too, because like one doesn't have to be segregated than other. You can do both if you do it in a nice way. Like a lot of big streamers and medium streamer and small streamer does that on Twitch. If you are in the Twitch, you DJing, following or viewing channel, you would see a lot of DJ. I won't mention name. They go to the gig and they put their camera and they stream.
Yeah.
Or some they don't, or some they say, like today's show is like I'll stream for less hours because I have to go on a gig, and then I'll come back tomorrow and I will stream. We'll do a few extra hours. You can do that. You could manage both if you really want to. What I personally don't like, but I respect the streamers who did it. Those are like really very big artists or DJs, you would say, who started Twitch like in a huge scale during the pandemic, but as soon as the world opened, they stopped and they went on, live tours only. Like they
Yeah.
completely forget about their Twitch community, which they have grown.
Yeah. And I think
I
sometimes for those guys, like at that,
It's
maybe
a big
those that
money thing. I understand and I respect that, whatever the reason might be.
I
But
yeah, and I'd
as
also
a
I
fan,
would
I
also
would have
think
felt bad.
schedule. Yeah, I'd also
Yeah.
think schedule too, right? Like I
Yeah.
would love to, but I don't know if I even have time to, right?
Yeah. Some of them are just so booked all the time. It's hard to keep that schedule. And we
Yeah.
all know how important a schedule is on Twitch. So
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Like do I Twitch or do I sleep? Right?
yeah,
So
exactly. Right.
yeah, yeah. Shato Diamag, mahalo for the resub, man. Happy 1 year to us. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah. Yeah, that's always the challenge, and I see that too, right? I mean, even those that maybe not on that grand scale, but I see them like in real life events pop up and you no longer see them on Twitch. I actually have a few of them that used to DJ here and they no longer are on Twitch because the real life events take precedence. And for
Yep.
some of them, that's full time for them. So,
The thing
and
that I will kind of get with Ahitagni side on, the thing that baffles me is there's so many means of streaming IRL gigs. Like Chris Cutt has done an amazing job taking her Twitch to her IRL stuff. And you can tell that she wants to keep that community and connection with her people.
yeah,
And so shout out to her on that. But it's, again, if you want it to work, you'll make it work.
you make it work. Yep. You definitely make it work. Absolutely. So for the two of you, favorite quote, favorite words to live by, words of wisdom, anything you want to perhaps impart with the chat, our chat family.
I got a couple. I
Yeah.
came prepared.
Beautiful.
There's two that I really love, especially lately. Hold on one sec. I don't know what that's about. Two of them that I love, right, is challenges are what make life interesting, and overcoming them is what makes life meaningful.
Mm. Yeah.
We all go through challenges, right? And I don't know if anybody has seen the show on Netflix. It's called The Good Place. And it's a pretty good show. It's with Ted Danza, Kristen Bell, and everything like that. But it's pretending, or it's a scenario where there's a good place, heaven, bad place, hell. And ultimately, they get to the real good place at the end of it. And then it's just so good that there's no challenges and everybody is stagnant. And there's no, it's not life, right? It's not a challenge. So that's one of my favorites to live by.
Nice.
The other one, I'm a big football buff, but Roger Staubach, right? There are no traffic jams along the extra mile.
I love that.
And why I say that one so much is I take a look at the mastermind group the friends, the family that we've now built right in our
Mhm.
community. It's had its bumps and bruises, and it's taken that extra mile to get to achieve what we wanted. And within the next month, you better believe we're going to have our first member of the team get their purple check. And
Mhm.
it took a lot of extra to get to that extra mile, right? So that's probably one of my extra favorite go-tos.
I love it.
Ahitagni, what do you got?
Yeah, I don't like. I was supposed to tell a quote, but I would just say a few words because
Yep.
you could search Google for motivational quote and get plenty more. Uh, since the Twitch, I'll also address to the gamer side. So if any of you played any game at some point of time, at least you have played one game, even if you're not a gamer. Like in a game where you have a character and you have to move it and go to some place. If you move in the wrong direction, you would find there is nothing, or no obstacle, is just a blank. There's no enemies coming, which you have to send bullet or something. Just like life, if you feel that there are multiple obstacles, multiple enemies, not bad people coming towards you and stopping you, that means you're moving in the right direction, my friend. So don't let those things discourage you. And if you're doing something for your own, give 100% more percentage than you have given for your, if you are working or having something working for someone else, do it with passion what you really want to, or don't do it at all. Like you will waste time doing something half-heartedly. That's all I need to say.
Nice. Awesome. What would both of your advice be for um, those that are brand new? Um, well, not really brand new. Maybe perhaps those that are. We talked about a little bit about this, but I want to see if you have a little bit more to add. Maybe somebody who's kind of has hit a plateau in terms of their viewership, and they want to grow more. What would your advice be for them?
I would say a few things. Number one, you have to be able to reach out social media, go that extra mile. Like, are you creating content of clips that you posted on or from your stream? Are you posting them to Hover, to TikTok, to Instagram, to Twitter? Are you doing the things to repurpose your content and put it elsewhere to gather um, outside connections with others, right? The other aspect is it's all about connecting with people, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you want somebody to come into your stream, you're going to need to go into theirs. That's all there is to it. It's funny. I've seen it before where people say that's not how support works. Well, yeah, it is. I scratch your back, you scratch mine. That's how exactly it works. And if you as a streamer are stuck at 40, we talk about this all the time in the group. We have to go outside our circle to make others aware of who we are and bring them into our group and make the right connections and build those relationships in that way. Because otherwise, if we just have the same 20 people talking every single day and we're not going outside of our group to grow our connections, then we're going to have that same consistent 40 people in our stream, right? You have to continue growing, and you have to continue to build the connections with other people besides who you are with already. You look at what is her name? She's a gamer, and I'd have to look her up, but she does an amazing job on like Facebook with like a Twitch networking group. I think it's like Abby or something. I'd have to look it up. But she does an outstanding job promoting herself, but promoting others as well. And that's what she does a nice job on. And it gets her the viewers. And that's why she's a partner. So
Awesome.
That's what I got.
Thank you. How about you, Ahitagni?
Yeah, similar. Like work on your social media because you cannot be streaming 24/7. and people might not be on your stream when you are streaming. So do the social media thing properly. And also, if you want one thing about Twitch, the Twitch has an about page. Fill it up as if you want to give the information which you would give if you are streaming. Like if you are streaming, if you see a new person, the information you would like to share with them, like, hey, I'm this person, I do DJ from this to this and whatever. Like whatever you feel like, fill those in your about page, because I have seen multiple streamer their about page is almost blank. Like they have a one line bio and that's it. You can add as much thing as you want in your about page if you research into it. Also have your, you know, Twitch has an option to put your date and time when you stream.
Mm.
What that does is, like, most of you people are in US, you might not feel it. People from other side of the world, when they see it in their own time. So I can know, okay, this person is going on at this time in my time zone. So also do that. So that's why you may, you know, if a new person comes on your page but doesn't see anything written in the about page, how would he know or she know that what do you stream, what do you do?
I agree. I agree. Yeah. You know what is funny when you say that? I actually, when DJ shout out, like, shout out to so and so, make sure you're following them. I'll actually go to their page, and the first thing I'll look for is their about. I'll go
Yep.
to their about tab. You're absolutely 100% correct.
What do
You
you
know,
what do you look for? What do you want to see? Like for me, I want to see the most smart aleck, like silly thing on the about thing. Like I want to see like humor come through via text.
so yeah, so I look for things like why should I follow you? What is
Mhm.
deserving of my follow for you, right? Aside from, like, okay, where you're from, how long you've been DJing, even if you put that. But if it's something where it's funny, like, oh man, yeah, I'll check this person out just
Yep.
because they made me laugh or got my attention. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And then and some of them, like for me, are like, oh, I'm a mobile DJ and I've been doing weddings. So like, oh, let me follow this cat and let me maybe pick their
Yeah,
brain and
because it's right
maybe
up
ask them.
your alley, right?
Yes, yes, yeah. So it just depends. But yeah, I'm that person too that will like to look for something that will make me laugh, or like something out of the ordinary that you
Yep.
normally wouldn't hear in an about tab.
Yeah, that's what
Absolutely.
I've been trying to do lately too. Like, and the team knows that I've been specifically trying to find more followers or find more streamers that play the type of music that I play.
Hmm.
So that we have like a common ground that we can link up with, share music, share interests, whatever it might be.
Yeah, nice. You know what? The other thing that I've been noticing too, that I don't think I ever talked about this, is when people jump on and they stream and then they talk about what their stream's all about. So there's some
Mm-hmm.
people very creative, right? Like, let's just say, oh, the DJX is online and he's talking about you, or he mentions you. Like, some people will write that about their,
Oh yeah,
what,
yeah. When it
you know,
pops up and it says like
yes,
mentioned you,
yeah,
I
yeah.
forget who somebody did that, and I'm like, I clicked on it. I think it was I forget who
But
it
I
was.
thought that was brilliant, though. I like,
It was, yep.
that's actually really, really smart, right? I was like, I never thought of that. That's actually really, really smart to do. Yeah. Like, how do you get people to click on to have them come visit you? Well, that's one of the ways, right?
Also,
So,
talking about that, how can you make them click notification? Twitch has the list of notification which you put and the percentage of people who clicked and percentage of those clicked people who are your followers and not followers. You could go to the data and come up with some more creativity. You have the data, like, I I written this and this many clicked, so maybe I'll write that and get that many clicked.
nice, nice, nice. Yeah. It seems like also Twitch is coming up with all kinds of different things. Like,
Yeah,
now there's a Twitch recap. You guys
yep.
notice that?
Oh yes,
And there's
yeah,
the
you can
new
recap.
Twitch feedback.
Yeah. Yeah. Feedback. I'm like, wow, okay. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
we'll
I
see how
mean,
it goes. I like
yeah.
that they're making those innovations to the
Yes.
stream. So
Yes.
we'll see how it goes. I'm a little nervous as far as like the financials go.
Mm.
It's not about the finances for me as far as
Yeah.
Twitch goes.
Yeah.
But when they start implementing, and I think they've already started, I've noticed it pick up a little bit more. Like, I'm like, these commercials are longer and there's 2 of them now.
Oh,
Maybe that's just me, but I feel like they've started implementing that a little bit more. And I'm not too big of a fan of the constant commercials.
yeah, me too. Right. I mean, I can see the reason why. Like, if you're not subscribed to that channel, I can
Yep.
see why they would throw in the ads, right? And the idea is, hey, if you subscribe, then you'll get rid of the ads. But
Yep.
but then it's a tab that you have to press, because for some people, I subscribe, I still get the commercials.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So like you got to you have to adjust it in your settings, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah. So now I'll like whisper like, hey, I'm subscribed to your channel, but I still can see your ads. They're like, oh yeah, I leave them there. I'm like, okay, bye. Like, I'm gonna sit there and vibe with you just to see another ad. I was like, you already have my subscription. Like, I don't know what else. And I give you stuff, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yep.
Um, anything else you want to share and impart with the chat, my brothers? I appreciate you guys so much. Anything we want to bring up?
No, honestly, we appreciate you having us on here. It's been a pleasure. It's been a long time in the making. I know
Yes, sir.
your calendar fills up quick and you're always busy, but I appreciate you making time for us and having us on, and a couple of the other team members on. Yeah, appreciate it.
No, thank you. You mind sharing us your schedule when you guys streaming next?
Yeah, go ahead, Ahitagni.
Yeah, I'd like to say one last
Yep.
thing. Like,
Sure.
if you're a new streamer, you may stream for multiple days or multiple weeks and you might have 0 viewers or 1 viewer, two viewer. Do not let that discourage you, you know. Like, it took 2 months to get average of 3 viewers for me and hit 50 followers to get the affiliate. So it can take more than that or less than that. Do not let anything discourage you. So keep doing what you want, even if you feel that you are stuck in the same place, but gradually you will see you are moving forward. And lastly, thank you, Don, for inviting us in your stream and allowing us to share, and also enlightening us with your knowledge. And thanks to the chat for everyone who are still here listening to us and supporting us. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, I
Yeah, shout out
appreciate
to the
you guys.
team. Love you guys.
Schedules. What's your schedules, gentlemen?
Schedules. I stream Saturday and Sunday mornings from 9 a.m. till noon Central Standard Time. So all of those amazing people out in Hawaii, you're most likely sleeping. I will try to do a new stream that I'm working on for it's a game theme. It should be pretty cool. And it's going to be similar to this, but built into board games.
Nice.
So it'll be like a community game night. It'll be fun stuff, and I'm going to do that on Monday nights, I believe.
Nice. How about you, Ahitagni?
Yeah, I have been streaming Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, and I did not change the schedule. This is the on the chat because the time zones are different, and I work in a different time zone. But I won't be. I was not streaming on Tuesday, and I won't be streaming on Friday or the next Monday for a certain long time because my dad is not doing well and he's in hospital, and I would fly out to my hometown in few hours. So I won't be streaming for, I believe, few weeks. I'm not sure how much time would take him to recover. So since the time I'm in my hometown with my dad, I won't be able to stream. But this is my usual time. Once I come back, I'll stream in this hours.
Well, prayers to your dad, and
Thank you.
safe travels as you
Thank you.
travel out to see him, and definitely prayers to your dad, man. I appreciate you, brothers. Thank you guys so much for
you.
being here with me, especially with your mastermind group. Like I said, when I jumped in and I spoke with you guys, my intention is to see how many of you guys that are willing to jump on Wisdom Wednesday, and get you guys the interview that you sorely deserve. But thank you. I wish you guys the best I hope you get to come back to Hawaii sometime soon. Ahitagni,
Yes.
maybe in the future for you.
Like,
appreciate
okay,
you
one more
guys.
news. Maybe like in 1 year time, next year I'll go because like earlier today I got the email because I applied visa 1 year back. So in
Nice.
2023 I'll be able to go to US. Then
Perfect.
I'll
And
visit
that'll
you
be
all.
a party. Can't
Yeah,
wait for
Oh,
that,
yeah.
brother.
definitely. I appreciate you guys. I'm actually gonna start the raid. I actually start the raid. We're gonna raid out to DJ Flips. We'll go
Nice.
support him.
Oh,
Give me a second. Let me raid out, and then let me talk to the two of you guys offline.
okay.
Yeah, appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, thank you. So, give me a second.